Today I'm going to walk you through how to search the collections online from the Alutiiq Museum and Archaeological Repository. If you open up a web browser that you're comfortable with, in this case I'm using Google Chrome, and go to a search engine and type in Alutiiq Museum, we'll find the museum's website as the first hit, and so let's click on that to bring us to the home page for the Alutiiq Museum. Since we're going to be looking at the language archives, we're going to be conducting research. So if we go up here to the top and go down to language collections, this will guide us to language resources that are housed in the Alutiiq Museum's collections. Once we click on that, we'll be brought to this page. You'll see at the top, Nakin Natmin, meaning from where to where, at the top of the screen. This was a project that helped bring about this online portal. As we scroll down, we'll see a brief welcoming. However, most people come here to access the collections and to figure out who the individuals are that are involved with this project. Let's start by clicking on Meet the Speakers in order to see how we can search the individuals associated with the language revitalization movement. Once we click on the Alutiiq Speakers tab, we'll be brought to this page. We're given a brief summary about this collection and a description as well. Down below, we'll see specific items that we can click on. Each one of these items is a unique individual with some summarized information about that person. We can scroll down and find the person we're looking for, or click on anybody who maybe piques our interest. Let's click on Sophie Shepherd just as an example. When we click on Sophie, we're given a summary here on the left-hand side. If we scroll down, we have access to an audio file right here, which we can play in our browser itself. Sometimes these files take a little bit of time to load, but you can play the file here. We also see that we have a video of Sophie embedded right here as well. We can also play this in the browser itself. In this case, this is an interview that features Sophie talking about how she learned Alutiiq. We have access to some metadata here on the video itself and a transcript available. If you'd like the full transcript, you can click on this link down here below. Under the description, we have further information about Sophie and some of her history, and also a short cultural narrative of a quote from Sophie herself. We can also see where Sophie was raised, here on this Google map here at the bottom. Each item in the collection will also feature basic metadata or information about the object itself. In this case, the object or the individual is Sophie Shepherd, the object being this image right here that we see on the left. We'll have information here that is all clickable. In this case, keywords associated with this image would be Sophie Shepherd, speaker, and Alutiiq Word of the Week because of her involvement in the Alutiiq Word of the Week. We also see a collection name here. We see who created the photo, where it comes from, and who published it. Also, we have a unique identifier associated with this object and the format in which we see this object. In this case, it's a JPEG image. Any of these links are clickable in order to guide us down different rabbit holes. If, for example, we're curious to learn more about Sophie's involvement in the Alutiiq Word of the Week or the Alutiiq Word of the Week in general, we can click on that keyword, and this will bring us to all of the files related to the Alutiiq Word of the Week. As you can see, there are many files. I won't click on those right now. We'll go back to the home screen by clicking here on this Nakin Natmin. And let's go to the next tab, where we can visit the collections. So although Meeting the Speakers is a collection of individuals, clicking on this Visit the Collections will give us access to more collections. For example, we see a collection here of 2 items. We know that there are 2 items because of the number 2 right here. Another way we can access the collections is by clicking up here on the Collections tab at the top right-hand side of your screen. Let's go back to visit the collections one more time. If we scroll down, we can see that there are a few collections that are available. The largest collection is the Alutiiq Museum Language Archive, which features 187 items. If we click on this, we'll get a list of all of the items that are housed within that specific collection. Each one of these items has all of the same style metadata that we saw in the first example of Sophie. These items are organized by unique ID number, and you'll see there are many pages based on the bottom of the screen here that we can click on. This is a very large collection. Starting to search in here can lead you down many rabbit holes where you can learn about different people and learn new words, for example. Let's say we're interested in this object right here, singing kids songs for Alutiiq movie. We can click on this object. Here at the top, we'll have access to the audio, which we again can play in our browser.
Okay.
So we can hear the song that they're singing for the specific movie. We can also see a description of the object as it was originally created, where it was created based on this map, and other information about the object over here on the right-hand side. Again, many of these resources are clickable. For example, we see that Rebecca Pruitt is one of the contributors. We could click here and see if she has contributed to any other objects within this collection. Or if we're interested in Alutiiq songs, we could click on this and see if there are any more Alutiiq songs that have been tagged in this collection. When we click on that, we see that there are other songs that are part of this collection. As you can see, going through these collections can lead you down many different pathways. Another way we can search this website is by clicking on individual items. When we click on individual items, we're brought to this page, which is every single item that is featured on this website. I find the most handy feature of this page to be the keywords and tags over here on the right-hand side. We'll see the different collections that we saw on the collections page, different categories, different media types if we're interested only in audio files, or maybe we're only interested in videos. We could click here to see all of the videos housed on this website. More importantly, here are some of the keywords that we may be interested in learning more about. This is just a selection of those keywords. In order to find more keywords, we can click on Show More here. Once we click on Show More, we see that there are many other options. Clicking on any one of these will guide us into a page that features only the resources related to this specific keyword. Clicking on Traditional Foods, we see that we have a couple of items that we could listen to and learn more about traditional foods. Going back to the home page, you'll see that these tabs are always here at the top. And if you'd like to learn more about the project, you can click here to learn about the resource and how this was created. If you'd like to reach out to the Alutiiq Museum if you have any questions, you can always go back to their home screen and find their contact information right here at the top of the page. Cleanna for joining me today. Hopefully you can begin exploring the language collections on the Alutiiq Museum's website.